Anything in closing? In 1 minute?
I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Senate and all stakeholders that are flowing together. We understand, we value and respect the role of the Senate in strengthening devolution. We most of the time, you know, it's an experience for us. Every other time that we visit the Senate and such processes, we go home, we go back with knowledge and information, you know, that will enable us to perform our functions better. So we sincerely are grateful and hope that future reports and future interactions will be less, you know, active.
First, before Senator Dullo closes, ESCC, you have done a corruption risk assessment. It was for which financial year? Or which operating year?
It was done in December 2021, Chair.
December 2021. Now, as part of our directives, Clerk, you must cause that report to be tabled before the board, the same way we said the report of the audit committee must be brought to the board. Within 3 months, the board must discuss and, in writing, recommend action on ESCC's corruption risk report. We are also directing, having observed the gap in appreciation of Chapter 6 of the Constitution, that you incorporate in your training plan training on Chapter 6 on leadership and integrity. We have seen that even the head of the County Assembly Service Board does not seem to know what the Constitution requires him to do. And by extension, the rest of the Assembly, through your demonstration of desertion, when we came to Isiolo, it would appear that you are an advocate who was trained on the old Constitution, and you have not come to terms with the new Constitution. So we are giving those directives. In 3 months, the board must be seized of the report of the ESCC, and the board must put in place a training plan on Chapter 6 on leadership and integrity. I hope it will not be used as an avenue for another procurement fraud, but it will be used to close the gap that has been evident before us. And I think finally, Clerk, as an advocate, you have the responsibility of interpreting and guiding people on what the law requires within the institution that you run. We need to see fidelity to the law from the Speaker to the Clerk to the members of the County Assembly. You have that responsibility as a CEO of that entity. You cannot be the biggest defender and disciple of the law when the Speaker is the biggest offender of the law. So we need to see some improvements. And it cannot be that a county represented by Senator Dullo would not know what your responsibilities are as far as the Constitution is concerned. Senator Dullo, your closing remarks.
Chair, before I do the closing remarks on the attendance list, I think this is not a standard that is acceptable. You have to provide a column for ID number of individuals whom you have invited. Yeah? So in future, when you appear before us, that should happen. Number 2, is your Public Accounts Committee functional, operational? How many reports have they looked at? Because why I'm asking this question, it should have been the Speaker to answer this question. And again, your members of the Assembly are not here. You are the CEO of the institution, you are the one to advise. Is your Public Accounts Committee operational? That is the question I want to ask you. Number 2, if it is functional, how many reports have they looked at? Yeah? because I know very well it's not operational. And I don't think whether you can be able to lie me in that sense. Yeah? So I think I don't need an answer from you. What you need to advise your members, the Public Accounts Committee must be operational. And that is the role why your members are actually elected. Isiolo is facing a lot of challenges. Despite denial by the members and the speaker that things are okay, Isiolo is not okay because you are not doing your oversight role. You are already in bed, and I can say this on answer with the executive. Yeah? There is nothing moving in that county, and I can say that for a fact. So I think this is not for you, but as the CEO of the institution, there is a reason why we are allocating this budget to this particular institution. 2 weeks ago, we have been fighting an increment for the counties to be given ceilings. We managed to increase the budget. But if you don't have what to show for, then there is no reason why we are fighting for the counties, and more so yourselves. I know you have appeared before Finance Committee as Isiolo County asking for an increment. Although I'm hearing out there, you are saying that you are going to get that budget without me. We will see how you are going to get that budget without me, because that is the reason why I'm elected in this Senate. Yeah? But I think you need to put your house in order. Finally, the issues of actually your sitting, there is a big problem. You have adjourned your house 3 or 4 times this year. No quorum. You can see even the senator for Kisii is actually trying to add information to that. So I think there is a value in the reason why, that house should actually sit. But the sitting of assembly is affected because of several adjournments. I don't know whether your house business committee is operating. There is also a challenge. You sit and craft your whatever and you take it to the house. I mean, it's really illegal. And you are a lawyer, head of that particular institution. For heaven's sake. If you people are serious, we can be able to work together. Because the other day, you guys your people are standing out there condemning Senate and condemning myself. How do we work together when you're already in bed with the executive? We can't. Yeah? So, put your house in order. Service Isiolo people. The mortuary. You have a health committee that you have promised is going to work. When I know executive mobilize people to say the mortuary is working, it's not working. Isiolo people are suffering. And we have a committee in the house that is elected to oversight the role of executive. That is not happening. And to make the matters worse, some of your members are standing out there saying there's nothing wrong with the county. I mean, it is disastrous. It's pathetic. So let me not add more, but I think you have to be serious with your work. And next time you come, your board members should appear before the Senate. It's not only you, executive. I think that is a must. Your board members must come with you. Thank you, Chairman. And I thank members for supporting Isiolo. And we hope to be working together to ensure that there is service delivery in Isiolo. Thank you.
Thank you. Clerk of the committee, please make it be known to the clerks of other committees that the Speaker of Isiolo was named, and the committee has demanded a written retraction and apology. And before he does that, he should not be allowed to appear before any other committee of the Senate. And that includes the Finance Committee, in case he wants to come to negotiate for ceiling revisions and all that. Please cause the other clerks to be aware. When the House resumes, we'll be bringing a motion. And if the motion goes through before we get that written apology, I think there'll be graver consequences, not just for the Speaker, but for the County Assembly of Isiolo.